Should you pay for advertising? Now, this is probably like the biggest question ever for most business owners. Now, the reason is because there's really like two extreme like school of thoughts, right? The first school of thought is going to be obviously the paid advertising school of thought, where most people will believe that you got to pay for advertising because that's going to help you to actually create more brand awareness. It's going to penetrate like a totally brand new market if you haven't had a chance to be in there before, and all those sort of good things for your business, right? And the other extreme is really like what we call the organic channel, if you actually call it that way. And what do most people mean by like the organic route is that it is purely based on you reaching out to people, you providing valuable content, you going to like different Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups or whatever groups on different social media platforms to really interact with people and get them to actually come into your world so that you can start doing business with them. So that's really like two extreme school of thoughts. Now, if you are a business owner right now, the real question is for you to think about, should you be paying for advertising? And there is no one size fits all approach, all right? Although this school of thoughts, the people in either extreme will tell you that they have the best way to do things. Two factors for you to actually make this decision that I hope that is able to help you to make this into a more strategic initiative. Now, there are only two things that you have on hand right now that are really valuable to you as a business owner and to your business, in fact. The first thing is time, and the second thing is money. Now, the question for you to think about is that, do you have time or do you have money? Let's put the first scenario in question over here. If you have time but you don't have money, which is like what most people face in the startup phase of their entrepreneurship journey, right? You have a lot of time but you don't have a lot of money or resources to actually spend on, especially for advertising. The way for you to do is to go through the organic route, all right? Which means that you got to hustle to get customers, you got to provide an enormous amount of content on the internet and to really get in contact with like people on an individual basis to connect with them to get a business coming into your world. Does that make sense? And the other extreme example that I want to share with you is that if you have money but you don't have a lot of time, right? You will actually face this scenario if especially when you have already gotten some momentum in your business, you get some form of cash flow coming into you, you have a little bit of excess cash that you are able to spend on expanding your business, and you don't have a lot of time because now you got to start fulfilling a product and service delivery, and you want to think about more strategic stuff, right? So if you have money but you don't have time, you should absolutely go towards the paid advertising route, because paid advertising is going to get you the results a lot more faster. It's going to save you time, and it's going to get you whatever that you want on a shorter duration time frame. Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, there is no one size fits all approach where paid advertising is concerned. There's only two factors that you need to consider: whether you have money or you have time. And some people will actually ask me, Ulysses, what if I don't have both? Which means that I don't have money and I also don't have time. Then my reply to people who don't have money or don't have time is, do you seriously want to be an entrepreneur? That's a question I'm going to leave it with you to think about.